Robert Zinni here for another episode of 5enses Unplugged-ish. Today, our guest is Colin Fraher, who is a local musician here in Prescott, Arizona. We're gonna learn more about what his musical inspirations are, and we're gonna hear some of his songs, especially one of my favorite, Desert Rose. We're here with Colin Fraher at the Back Alley Wine Bar. Colin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Zinni.
Yeah. So we're going to hear some of your original songs.
Yep.
So where did your passion come from when it came to music?
When it comes to music, I've always been interested in music. I remember like all the way back in third grade trying to rewrite lyrics to songs that I would listen to on CDs. But I never picked up the guitar until senior year of high school, and then didn't touch it for another 2 years, and then picked it up in 2020, and it's just been on a roll ever since.
Nice. What were some of the songs that you would recreate?
One of them specifically was like Crutch by Matchbox 20.
Okay.
I do remember that specifically, and a couple others, but definitely
Nice.
That one's the one that always sticks out in my head.
So in 2020 was the pandemic. What made you pick up the guitar again?
So back in 2019, I just went to a series of concerts. In 2019, like in October, I went and saw Tyler Childers. He's a country artist, writes really great songs, and it kind of inspired me to pick up and start writing my own stuff and learn how to play, because it had been something I'd wanted to do for so long, and it was a dream of mine, and it's just like, well, might as well try it again. And I made myself learn a song called Autopilot by Queens of the Stone Age at the end of 2020.
That's a good song.
Or the end of 2019. And 2020 rolled around, and I was learning stuff, got hooked up with a buddy at work that was playing, and he showed me a ton of songs and just took it from there.
Nice. I do gotta say you have one of the most unique voices
Thank you.
in the city. It kind of reminds me of Eddie Vedder, so if that's an insult, sorry.
No, he's cool.
But what is it about the Prescott music scene that you really like? Because I met you through the open mic at the Attic, and then I saw you develop your skills and hone in on your craft. So what is it about Prescott that makes it so special?
I mean, it's my hometown. I was born and raised in Prescott Valley, which is, 20 minutes away. But my dad was born and raised in Prescott. His mom was born and raised in Prescott back in the 40s. So it's cool to have a family connection to it. And I'm the only one in my immediate family that's in music right now. It's pretty surreal to be where I am now. It's been 3 or 4 years, and I'm kind of skyrocketing at a level that it's kind of hard to believe, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, no, I remember you were doing solo acts at the Attic and all the open mics. And now you're in like almost every band, or at least people have you in bands. So what kind of bands are you in?
Yeah, I'm not currently in any set bands. I want to be.
Okay.
Keep that in mind, people. But I go to the jams at Jersey Lily on Wednesday nights and just met people through there that have helped me a ton with playing leads and stuff, and just improving as a guitar player and a musician, and trying to pick up every little piece of information that I can. I've met some fantastic musicians through there that I don't think I'd be where I am if it wasn't for some of these musicians.
Nice.
And it's just a drive.
Yeah, and ever since the pandemic, sorry for talking about the pandemic, Arizona, I've just seen a plethora of explosion of musicians since the pandemic. So it's been really cool to see Prescott grow as a music town. Yeah,
it's been, I kind of came in at the right time, I think, because the Birdcage was the first place to open back up while the pandemic was still going on. So it was a trip to kind of jump in at the right moment. Now it's kind of taken off.
Okay. So we're going to hear your first song in a moment. And so can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to be playing?
Yeah, so this first song is called Desert Rose. It's it was the first really good song that I wrote. And I wrote it and I knew it was good. It's one of those feelings you can't explain it unless you do it, and you're like, man, this is something different. Because I had written songs before, but this was something else.
So is there a Desert Rose?
There's a real desert rose, a flower, and there's also a crystal formation, a quartz formation called desert rose.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So is it like white with a little bit of red, I would imagine?
No, it's like the way the crystals kind of intertwine. It looks kind of like a rose. It's kind of a trip. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I've heard you sing this song a lot, and for the viewers out there, this is my girlfriend's favorite Prescott song. So enjoy Desert Rose.
She's my desert rose, my warmth in the cold. She takes the fire away to places I've never known, where we waste away the day and leave nowhere that we'll be back again. Oh, yeah. Well, she's my desert rose, the one I can fight in, the one that I ride with, onward to better days, towards sunset as we close the chapter on another day. There's not much more to say. Always forward, never straight. We're in love, but not the way that you think. So don't you try to take away her heart. This desert rose is the only one we got. She's my desert rose, she's my best friend. I'll stand by her side to the very end. Through thick and thin, she's not coming around the sun again. Always forward, never straight. We're in love, but not the way you think. So don't you try to take away her heart. This desert rose is the only one we've got. Oh, desert rose.
Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, excellent. So I love that song. I've seen
Thank you, man.
many versions of that song,
Yeah.
and I think you're at the pinnacle of like where that sound is.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I hope to just get better and better every time.
Well, for me as a music listener in town, I really like your style because you are born and raised in Prescott, and you do have that kind of country western kind of feel that Prescott kind of breeds. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so, who are your like main influences when it comes to music?
Right. It's pretty varied. It's everything from country songwriters to like hard rock and roll. Like I can tell you the big songwriting influence is Tyler Childers.
Okay.
Because he just writes songs that go straight to the heart. They're easy to relate to. They're true. You can listen to them and there's no BS cut into the lyrics. He's not doing it for money. He's doing it because he loves it.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody in my life has always said, follow your passions. Don't worry about money. Money will be there. So that's excellent.
Yeah.
So have you been writing music lately? Are you finding new inspirations for your songs?
Yeah, it's usually finding inspiration is kind of like, it comes and goes in waves with me. I have to kind of, sometimes I'll sit down on the guitar for a little while and just screw around with something. A lot of times I'll come up with ideas on the guitar before I come up with lyrics. But then on separate occasions, I'll have lyrics ready. And sometimes it's just like, I'll get an idea and the two mesh together and it works out pretty good. It's kind of unorthodox, but it's worked out so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you're creating songs, because we're going to be listening to a few more of your songs, where do you pull inspiration from?
I like to pull inspiration from experiences that I've had or things I want to experience. There's a lot of songs that I've written that kind of pull from that wanting of something, like a desire to have something more than you have now. Not in a greedy way, but just like this would be really awesome kind of way.
Do you have an example of something like that?
It'd probably be a song called Someone Like You.
Okay.
Yeah. I wrote it about somebody I've met through the music scene that is inspiration, and I would say somebody I crush on a little bit. I hate to admit, but
Hey, we all have crushes out there,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, my girlfriend fangirled me when I was doing the TBD show, so it's okay to have that inspiration, you know? So is that the next song that we're going to be listening to?
yeah, that'll be the next song to listen to.
All right.
So-
Well, check it out, everybody.
I sleep with an empty pillow by my head at night, 'cause it makes me feel like someone will come along and make me feel at home. And I stay out late most nights, 'cause that's what I like to do. Since I'm not with you, is that so wrong? There's a part of me that lives for the party, another lives for a partner. She's like a tree on the water. I've been looking for someone like you, someone I won't lose, someone who wants me to. I've never been too good at talking, but I'm real good at walking straight lines. I like to keep my head upright out of the blue and the red lights. Is that alright? There's a part of me that wants so bad to have you. This small town's good for one thing, turning reputation. I've been looking for someone like you, someone I won't lose, someone who wants me to. I've been looking for someone like me, someone who understands me, someone who wants what I do. I've been looking for someone like you, someone I won't lose, someone to fill these empty shoes. All I ask is, darling, will you please, darling, will you be? What have we got to lose?
All right, excellent. So I can hear that crush, the lyric from the lyrics.
Yeah, a little bit.
Song. All right, so now I'm going to kind of do like a lightning round with you.
Oh,
okay?
cool.
So I'm just going to throw some questions at you and
right.
just answer whatever comes to your mind.
Cool.
What's your favorite place to play in town?
Favorite place to play? God, probably be Birdcage, I would think. Such a cool stage to get up on, and you looking over the crowd.
Yeah,
It's a good vibe.
okay. Favorite genre of music?
Oh my God. Probably it'd have to be hard rock, alternative rock.
Okay.
Foo Fighters, Wolfgang Van Halen, all those guys. Queens of the Stone Age.
I love Queens of Stone Age. Let's follow up on that. What's your favorite album
Ooh, man.
of Queens of Stone Age?
It's probably a tie between Rated R or Like Clockwork.
I love Rated R.
Yeah,
The
man.
first song, Feel Good Hit of the Summer.
Yeah. In the Fade. Yeah.
Excellent. Where do you go to write music?
Where do I go to write music? It can be anywhere. If it's on guitar, if I'm writing a piece on guitar, it's usually at home, or if I'm at the music store working there, then I'll pick up if I get an idea, I'll pick up a guitar and try to flesh it out. If it's lyrics, it could happen. I could have an idea at work and then find any piece of paper that to write on and scribble out a line and then try to work on it later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite cartoon as a kid?
Oh God, probably Static Shock.
What is Static Shock?
It was a kid that got I don't remember if he got struck by lightning or something, but he basically he had the ability to control lightning and could fly all over town. He was in New York or something.
All right, so it's a mixture of like Thor and Superman in a way.
Kind of, yeah. He could shock people.
That's
yeah, it was cool.
I would like to shock people on a daily basis, by the way.
This is the lightning round.
That is true, yeah. Since we're at the Backlight Wine Bar, what's your favorite wine?
Favorite wine? Anything that gets me drunk.
I like that answer,
Yeah.
yes. I am currently sipping on the OZV Zinfandel, as in Zinfandel is Zinni, so.
Oh, there you go.
sense.
Zinni Findel.
Exactly.
You should get a signature wine.
You know, my grandpa used to make wine in the basement, and then my dad So my grandpa used to make wine because we were Italian, and then my dad sold his distilling. It was like this big.
Yeah.
He sold it for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So maybe that's in the future for me.
It could be.
So Colin, we're about to wrap up and go into your last song.
Cool.
My last question before we get into plugging your social is, what is one fact about you that people may not know about you?
Ooh, man. I like to hunt. I like to fish. Outdoorsman.
What's the biggest animal you've hunted and killed and cultivated their delicious meat?
Yeah, big. Yeah, the biggest animal that I've ended up taking home is I got a deer.
We'll cut that so you can go right in.
Yeah, so the biggest animal I've ended up taking home is a deer. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so the biggest animal I've ended up harvesting and taking home is a deer. My dad's ended up getting an elk before, but the biggest one I've taken home is a deer. It's a pretty rewarding feeling.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You know, I just ran over a deer with my car.
Oh, man.
And the worst part was it didn't die, and all I wanted to have was the deer to die. Well, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And so before we go into your last song, where can we find more information about you?
Yeah, if you want to find more information about me, go on Instagram at Colin_M_Fraher, Fraher, in case you don't know how to spell it. And I work at Grey Dog Music on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So come check me out. I play a lot of open mics around here.
And so, Colin, what's your last song that we're going to be listening to?
Yeah, this last song is called On My Own. It is a song about kind of the journey that I've been on, especially the chorus. And then just riding down a desert highway, having fun. So,
Well, cheers, man.
cheers, Zinni. Thank you.
Riding down this long desert highway, all I see miles of empty sky. And where the road ends, well, I may never know. This ride is only as far as I'm willing to go. Come too far to quit now. I'm at risk of losing every inch of ground. 'Cause on my own, I can see the road that lies ahead of me. On my own, I've had to turn each stone to find what's underneath. On my own, shied away from stability. On my own, I found my rolling stone right under my feet. Putting in miles on these worn down bald tires. I'm praying they'll get me into another town before they expire. Road in front, road behind. I've seen the sun from both horizons so many times. Well, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. 'Cause Lord knows I ain't here for long. 'Cause on my own, I can see the road that lies ahead of me. On my own, I've had to turn each stone to find what's underneath. On my own, I shied away from stability. On my own, I found my rolling stone right under my feet. Lead foot cranking down on the gas and chasing my dreams at last. On my own, I can see the road that lies ahead of me. On my own, I've had to turn each stone to find what's underneath. On my own, I've shied away from stability. On my own, I found a rolling stone right under my feet. And on my own, I'm chasing my dreams, not for you, on my own, just for me.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of 5enses Unplugged-ish. For more information about 5enses, log on to 5enses.mag.com, like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.